Mic check. Check, check, 1, 2. And we turn you up there. How's that?
Testing.
There we go. Success.
And now the starting lineup for your Flagler College Saints. Starting at guard, a 6'4" junior from Wilmington, North Carolina, number 21, Fisher. Starting at another guard position, a 6'1" senior from Alpharetta, Georgia, number 0, Jax Bucknine. Starting at another guard position, a 6'2" sophomore from Jackson, Mississippi, number 2, Mason Manning.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to St. Augustine. We're on the campus of Flagler College for today's Peach Belt matchup between the Saints and the Nighthawks from the University of North Georgia. Starters for North Georgia: A.J. White, a junior out of Memphis; Jamari Arnold, a freshman out of Huntsville, Alabama; Zach Hawkinson, a freshman out of Springfield, Illinois; Caden Charles, a junior out of Kennesaw, Georgia; and the big man inside is Colin Turner, a 6'9" junior from Birmingham. Leading scorer is A.J. White. Caden Charles not far behind, 15.7 and 15.3. And Colin Turner also in double figures at 11.9. 13-7 on the year, 5-3 in the Peach Belt. Saints are 10-7 and 4-4 in the Peach Belt. Starters for Flagler. Of course, Jax Bucknight will run the show at the point guard spot. He'll have Max Herdlicka out there, a 6'5" junior from Brunswick, Georgia. Hoku Fisher, a 6'4" junior from Wilmington, North Carolina. Jalen Jordan, a 6'7" junior from Hilliard, Florida. And Mason Manning will be in the starting lineup today, 6'2" sophomore from Jackson, Mississippi. The Saints will be without the services of Destin Clark today, so Mason Manning will get called upon for some additional minutes, and he'll try to be the spark for the Saints today. Saints in the home whites. North Georgia in the blue uniforms with the white trim. Herdlicka, 3-ball near side, is off the mark. Saints will hustle back on defense. And here come the Nighthawks. And they work the perimeter here. Throw it down low to the big fella. That's Turner. Back out to Jamari Arnold. He'll run it in against Bucknight and took it in going right and finished with the left. North Georgia draws first blood today.
Pretty good touch for going the wrong way and being able to reverse and put it in with that left hand, as you said.
And looks like might be a shot clock issue. It was on 23, instead they put it on 28. Here's Jalen Jordan for Manning. Now Bucknight. Post feed into Jordan. This is a good matchup here. Jordan leans in with the left hand. Little baby hooks off the heel, no good. Rebound picked up by the Nighthawks. They'll come the other way in a hurry. Penetrate in, kick it out, and back into the corner. Pump fake, drive up, under, and wrap around to the big guy, Turner. One-on-one against Jordan. Stripped going up, loses the handle. Herdlicka ends up with it.
Great little quick move by Herdlicka. Jalen Jordan got stuck up in the air. He reached in and knocked the ball away. Turnover.
Jordan on a screen and roll. And we got a foul against the Nighthawks. I'm John Phillips along with Coach Joe Harding, bringing you the action here on the Peach Belt Digital Network. Saints and Nighthawks here in St. Augustine. 2-0. You haven't missed much. 90 seconds in. 2 points and 2 shot clock issues. All tied up. Get ready to go here. Saints basketball underneath. They put it to 21 is what the officials got us on here. Right now it says 20.
And I know we have 10 games left in the conference, but since the Saints have already played the Nighthawks once in a very close game, they lost by 7. So it would be great to get back even with them and even in the standings, John.
Yeah, this middle grouping of the Peach Belt is tight. Herdlicka, another 3. That one's off the mark as well, but Manning a rebound for the Saints. They'll get a partial reset to 20. Manning with a screen from Jordan. Drop for Balknight. He's going to attack on the left dribble. Loses the handle briefly, but backs down. Pump. Can't get any space. Go to Hrdlicka. Can't finish inside. Taps it around. Jordan controls it and flushes it with the left hand.
Max Hrdlicka, I'm going to give him 2 assists on that. He worked so hard to keep that ball alive, and then he tapped it back to Jalen, who dunked it. Nice play. Nice effort.
2 apiece at the 17:33 mark. Hawkinson back out to Arnold, back to Hawkinson. Backs in, he's much bigger than Mason Manning, but Mason's working hard on the defense. Wraps it around to the near side. And shot clock violation. Nighthawks lost track of it. I thought number 4 here on the near side, Jamari Arnold, was going to pull up and shoot it because it was down to about 2. He made a nice entry pass, but the guy he threw it to, Colin Turner, had no idea.
I had the same thought. I was shocked that they kept going.
Here's Jordan on the left side. Works against Turner. Spins to the baseline, spins back the other way with the left hand, banks it home. That is a soft touch for the big fella. Jalen Jordan's got all 4, and the Saints lead at 4-2. Here's A.J. White over here to Hawkinson. Now Arnold on the far side, back to Hawkinson. Now Arnold, a pump fake, Jacks flies by, step back 3. Going to be short, an air ball, rebound to Hoku Fisher. Hoku's going to push and kick to Hrdlicka. That one's off the mark. Jalen tries to tap it back through, but can't get it. Here come the Nighthawks the other way. Jet quick run out. Holy cow, Jamari Arnold was shot out of a cannon. He went coast to coast to tie it up 4 apiece. Here's Jalen with a skip pass to Hrdlicka. Another 3. Another miss for Max, unfortunately. He's off to a slow start. He's had good looks. A run out the other way for the Nighthawks and a foul on Hoku. Looked like he got him with just a little bit of contact. And we're going to get free throws here at the 16:01 mark. 1 second shy of the under 4 media timeout. So we'll shoot the free throws here. Caden Charles will be our free throw shooter. First is good. Charles has got the most attempts and the most makes, but he's only 68% on the year. He's 89 for 130.
In the previous game up at Dahlonega, he was 1 of 4 from the free throw line.
He makes them both this time at 6-4. North Georgia with a 2-point lead at the 15:57 mark. Into Jordan, back to Jacks. Little fade away off the bank and through for Jacks Balknight. Balknight's got better size than the 5'10" Jamari Arnold. 6'1" versus 5'10", just enough for Jacks to back him down and shoot the fadeaway.
I mean, that's a great spot to put Jacks in at that point because he's got the advantage, and he's also the touch that he just put on that little fall away. It's indefensible.
Hoku runs the floor but couldn't finish. He was running so hard that his momentum carried him, and he missed it too strong. 3-ball far side on the way is good for the Nighthawks. That's A.J. White. He's 38% from 3 on the year. His team leading 35th made three-pointer. 11-6, North Georgia. Shackelford with the basketball for the first time today. Now back to Jacks. Josiah Shackelford, the first sub off the bench for the Saints. He's got it near side. Attack on the dribble and kick to Hoku for 3. Off the mark, no good. Saints are struggling from the perimeter. Getting good looks, can't get them to go. There's a deflection and a steal. Balknight's got it, he's going to race. It's a foot race against the big fella Turner. Up and under and, around and out. But Hoku there to put it back through.
Good follow-up by Hoku. That's what any coach wants to see, is that second effort.
Yeah, don't just assume your guy's going to get the run out and going to score it. Follow him down the paint and stick it back through. make it a 3-point game. 11-8 North Georgia. They lead it over Flagler here at the 14:26 mark. Our first dead ball after the 16-minute mark takes us to our first media timeout. We'll take a short break and be right back. It's 11-8 North Georgia by 3. Be right back on the Peach Belt Digital Network.
Savings for the expected or unexpected.
North Georgia bring the ball front court here, 11-8, Nighthawks by 3. Saints get Trevor Smalls in at the stoppage. Baseline jumper from the right-hand side is up and good. Saints also got Boom Reeves in the game as well.
And that lamp is good by number 1, Trevor Smalls.
Trevor Smalls able to finish a quick run out for the Saints. They answer back after that jumper. 14-10. They got to travel.
Each team trying to get a feel as to where this offense is going to come from. As you mentioned, we've missed a couple of threes, but we've had great looks, so they will drop as the game goes on.
Buck Knight and Shackelford. Jacks on the drive, gets some space, throws it around. Here comes Shackelford. He's going to attack, pump fake. 8-footer, nicely done. Really good effort there from Josiah Shackelford.
Great decision. He had a chance to take the three. Great shot fake, got inside and made the easier basket.
JoJo Peterson up high for Turner. Now back to Arnold. And a post feed inside. Hawkinson kicks it out. Peterson, shot clock on 6. Step through, off the mark, no good, and shot clock violation. Shot went up, but never hit the rim. Ball to the Saints. 14-12, chance to tie it up or maybe take the lead. They hit a three-pointer.
Yeah, that's surprising because White is one of their leading scorers. When we played them the first time, he was a co-leader at 19 points. And he's already banked in a few today.
There's Boone with a big flush with the right hand. And they call a technical foul on Boone Reeves. He got the flush, he got fired up about it, but expressed a little too much emotion in the opinion of the referee. And now those 2 points essentially could go away as the Nighthawks get 2 free throws here on the technical foul. Free throw shooter's A.J. White. He's 91% on the year.
A.J. White at the foul line.
And Mr. 91% makes them both.
He's really carrying North Georgia early here. He's got 12 of their 16 points.
So 16-14.
And I like what I see early from the Saints, John, with the different lineups out there. And they're getting the ball inside and getting some great looks.
Yeah, moving the ball really well, creating good shot opportunities. There's White around the horn far side. 3-point attempt's going to come up short. Boom will rip down the rebound. Penetrate in, drop it for Manning. Back to Jacks, he'll go baseline. Cut off and around to Manning for three. He got it.
Mason Manning.
Little two-man game over there. Bucknight and Manning back and forth till the open look was knocked down and the Saints take a 17-16 lead. White off a screen, throw it around, and then down low to Turner. Go back in against Boom. Shoot the turnaround, off the mark. Shackelford rips down the rebound. Finds Bucknight, here come the Saints. Shackelford, pull up three ball, left it short. Rebound ripped down by 24, Charles. Charles loses the handle, but the Nighthawks chase it down, kick it around the horn for a three ball, and it's good. From Hunter Shedenhelm.
Hunter Shedenhelm.
19-17, there comes Jacks down the paint. Floater is too strong. Rebound ripped down by Hawkinson. Hawkinson off to Charles. Picked off by Shackelford. Saints going back the other way. Quickly to Bucknight, left side. Three ball, got it. 20-19, Saints reclaim the lead. Shackelford finds his backcourt mate in Jacks Bucknight for the open triple.
So that's nice for the stat sheet. In one play, he got the steal and the assist. So, no, great extra effort by Josiah to get back because North Georgia had the numbers.
A.J. White with a pull-up jumper. He's having a day so far. Holy cow. Jacks over to Boom. He'll lay it in softly that time. Didn't want to dunk it and get another technical. Still got the 2 points.
That was very, very smooth.
Saints lead it by one, 22-21. Midway through the first half, putting on a show already. Runner off the right side is good for the Nighthawks. That's Caden Charles.
With the layup. We'll take the foul shot.
Foul's going to go on the Saints. I believe it's on Bucknight. That'll take us to our under 12 media. 10 minutes exactly. And midway through the first period here in St. Augustine. It's North Georgia 23 and the Saints 22 with a free throw pending when we come back right after this.
Eat more chicken.
Busy day here in St. Augustine and throughout the state of Florida for the Flagler College Athletic Program. Of course, this is game 2 of the basketball doubleheader. Baseball team is hosting Huntsville in a doubleheader. Softball team is hosting Embry-Riddle in a doubleheader. Men's lacrosse hosts Embry-Riddle later tonight. Women's lacrosse is at Florida Tech. Men's track is over in Gainesville at the Alachua County Sports Complex. So are the women's track athletes as well. Women's tennis was at Florida Southern, and men's tennis hosted Eastern Florida State in an exhibition this morning. Just your typical Saturday around St. Augustine and Flagler College Athletics.
Well, fortunately, we have an absolutely stellar weather day out there. So to launch baseball season and the other sports you mentioned, couldn't be better weather.
About 75 degrees and sunny, and it's a beautiful day in north central Florida. Free throw attempt no good. Hoku rips down the rebound. So Saints are down one with the basketball. Jordan back to Bucknight. Open for three. Got it. Jax gave a pump fake, let his defender fly right by him, then took his time, set his feet, 10 toes in the same direction. Knocked down his second triple of the day. Penetrating kick and around the horn. Shutters off for Sutton Smith. Now over far side. Back to Smith in the corner. He'll dribble drive cross court and kick. Out to the right side. They pass up the three and go to the top of the circle to Charles. He'll come down the paint for a floater. Left it short. Good box out. Good rebound to Shackelford. Could have easily been a foul call. They didn't get one. Saints have the ball anyway. Jax, top of the circle. Man goes under the screen. Jax will shoot another three. It's no good, but Hoku there for the rebound. Out and around to Shackelford. His three is good.
Bang! Josiah.
Saints up 5. Down left side, backing in against Jalen Jordan. Well defended. Here's Hawkinson. Now backing around to the right side. Shedenhelm got it poked away by the Saints. It'll go out of bounds, stay with the Nighthawks underneath their own basket with 10 on the shot clock. Sutton throws it down low, and they get a good bucket there from Chris Cole. The shorter transfer. Got free, gave a pump fake. His man flew past him, able to kiss it off the window and in. There's Shackelford, loses the handle. Thought about passing, then kept it, and then lost it. Run out the other way. Chase Champion with the bucket. Into Jalen down low. Kicks it out to Jax for the drive down the paint. Got tripped. Foul going to go on Champion. 6'2 sophomore from Lithonia, Georgia. And that'll be our first dead ball under the 8-minute mark. So that'll go to a media timeout. It'll go to a 28-27 game with under 8 to go here in St. Augustine. Saints 28, North Georgia 27.
I'm going to give the Saints a little bit of an advantage right now in terms of their ball movement. If North Georgia didn't have the hot hand from A.J. White, they'd be down 6 or 8 points right now. But I'm hoping that the play of people stepping up today, a.k.a. Hoku Fisher and Boom Reeves, that we can continue to move the ball the way we are and score.
Yeah, the Saints have 8 assists on 12 made field goals. That's a pretty good ratio. And as you mentioned, A.J. White is having a day. He's about perfect. He's taken 5 shots. He's made all 5. He's taken 2 3-pointers, made both of them. Took 2 free throws, made both of them. He's got 1 assist, no turnovers. Played 10 minutes and got 14 points. That's not a bad afternoon so far.
Well, I guess maybe the better news is there's no way he can continue that for the rest of the game. Can he, John?
Yeah, and he's getting a rest right now, right? Oh, no, he came back in. Dang it, he's back on the court. I was hoping he needed a bit of a longer rest. Saints by 1 and have the basketball front court underneath their own basket. Trigger man is going to be Mason Manning. He'll look for Balknight. Not yet. Finds Fisher instead. Back to Jax at the top of the circle. Get it poked away, but chases it down. Into Jordan. Left hand baby hook, too strong, no good. Rebound to the Nighthawks, picked up here by Cole. Cole will bring it front court himself. Back over to A.J. White. Round the horn here. Top of the circle, triple is on the way, and it's off the mark. Rebound to the Saints. The big fella, Jack Shutters, 6'10", stepped out to shoot the 3. Here's Jalen over to Max. 3 ball from Herdlicka. That one's off the mark, no good. Rebound to Shutters. Shutters just 1 for 9 on the year, 11% from 3, but no hesitation for him to jack it up on that last possession. Runner off the right side, no good, but Shutters there for the rebound and putback. A.J. White finally missed a shot, but it ended up right in the hands of a teammate. Jordan, top of the circle. Off to Herdlicka. Back to Jalen. Skip pass this way to Manning. He'll go baseline. Nice crossover. Pump fake. Wrap around to Jalen. Got it poked away, though. A.J. White with it in transition. Hoku cuts him off. Lob inside to Shutters. Back out to White. Skip pass all the way across court. Pump fake from three. Pass it up. Cole. Back this way. They will shoot the three this time. It's off the mark. Herdlicka rebounds. That miss was from Chase Champion. Hoku will bring it across the timeline at the 5:55 mark. Saints down one, would have the basketball. Skip pass, Hoku, far side. Gonna drive in, spin, pump fake, nobody bites, looks back door to Herdlicka. Passes off the mark, just by a smidge.
Yeah.
It was a good look, just didn't throw it to the right spot.
Saints need to settle down here a little bit. They've gone 3 trips, had 3 turnovers. So North Georgia has inched ahead by a point, 29-28. We need to stop here and then come down with some production on the other end.
There's White around the horn. Cole, a fadeaway baseline jumper, gets a friendly roll. Looked like that was coming off the rim and hit the front of the rim and kind of did a 360, rolled all the way around and went in. Here's Shackelford right side. He and Faulknight are trying to create. Go to Jordan. Back to Jacks, poked away, but last touch by the Nighthawks. It'll stay with the Saints. Down 3 with the ball and 20 on the shot clock. I'm not sure why they put it to 20. The ball was knocked out of bounds. It was never possessed by the Nighthawks. I think it's like 12. There we go. Back to 12.
Yeah.
Jacks will rip through, go to a double team, throw it cross court. Manning. 3 balls good.
That's a big shot. They really needed that.
Ties us up at 31. Mason Manning took his time, had plenty of it, and knocked it home. Nighthawks throw the lob into Turner. Kick it cross court. Take it in, get it poked away. Picked up there by Manning. Good defense by Shackelford. Jacks a stop and pop. 3 ball good. 34-31. Third triple of the first half for Jacks Faulknight. Poke away, Hoku gets a steal. He'll go one-on-one with A.J. White. And White will strip him clean. But then the ball ends up in the hands of Shackelford. Then it's poked away by White. It'll stay with the Saints. That guy is quick out there, A.J. White.
Oh my, he's in every single play. There were 3 moments when I thought the ball was in our possession, only to get knocked out of our hands again.
Yeah, got knocked out of our hands by him under the basket and then knocked out by him back here at the midcourt line. How'd he get from there to there?
I don't know.
That's 47 feet. He got there in like a second and a half.
That's an illegal move. No, you can't disappear and then reappear at half court. I'm sorry. That's not in the...
That guy is jet quick out there. A.J. White, 5'10", 150-pound junior out of Memphis, Tennessee. So, referees are getting together, and I'm reading their body language. They're all making finger pointing and thing. I think what they're talking about is, did the ball ever get a change of possession?
Right.
Because we had the run out, then the poke away, and a bounce around, and this and that and the other thing, and then knocked out of bounds. The shot clock reset because it's only at 28. At some point, somebody hit the reset button.
Correct.
It has to change possession in order for it to reset.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't look like they're talking to the shot clock operator to adjust it. So I guess they're going to assume that it did reset, that the possession did change. But even if the possession changes in the front court, you still don't get a 30. I thought you only got a 20.
That is correct.
So the ball did get to the backcourt, so I guess they're going to rule that the possession changed here into the backcourt. Either way, the Saints will have 28 seconds. I'm not sure if that matters because we're not that deliberate. Shot clock probably won't be a factor, but we'll keep an eye on it nonetheless. Hoku off for Boom. Drop for Shackelford. He'll come down the paint, get it rejected by Chris Cole. Here come the Nighthawks. Somebody's got to stop the ball, and Cole, they reject Cole, but got him on the arm. I think Boom got it clean, and Mason Manning got him on the arm, unfortunately.
Fouls on number 2, Mason Manning.
Well, he made his mind up that he was going to go straight to the hoop. Unfortunately, in transition, we were already trapped down by the basket, so there wasn't a whole lot of defensive strategy left other than to try to block it.
Cole hasn't taken a lot of free throws, only 11 on the season. First one's off the mark. He's 8 of 11, 73%, so a good shooter, but he does miss the first. Saints by 3 at the 3:36 mark. Second free throw is good, makes it 34-32. Again, just over 3.5 minutes before halftime here in St. Augustine. Here's Shackelford, right-hand side. Back to Manning. Uses the Boom Reeves screen. Back to Shackelford. Thought about a 3, got it poked away instead of steal. Here come the Nighthawks the other way. Poked away by the Saints. It'll stay with the blue team in the front court, North Georgia basketball.
Good effort by Hoku Fisher to get back down court and come up from behind and bat it away because they had numbers.
Boom with a big block on Colin Turner. And here come the Saints the other way. Faulknight's got some space to attack. He'll float, he'll get fouled, and he'll get 2 shots.
Fouls on number 4, Jamari.
Foul goes on Jamari Arnold. That'll put Jack Faulknight on the free throw line.
I thought that was a good call by the official. Jack's changed gears, and he got that lead shoulder out in front on the layup, and he got bodied when he trying to lay it in there. So
Jack's a little too strong on the first free throw. Boom Reeves is going to check out for Jalen Jordan to get back in there for Flagler. Jack's got to take a couple deep breaths here. A little too much adrenaline on that first shot. And missed them both, unfortunately. He's a good free throw shooter. That doesn't happen often.
no.
Jack's 89.6%. He's only missed 7 free throws all year. He missed 2 on that trip down the floor. Post feed into Turner. Kick it out on the perimeter for 3. It's good. JoJo Peterson knocks down the triple. Peterson 0 for 5 on the season from 3. But made that one. Might have been the reason we left him open. And the Nighthawks get a steal. North Georgia up 1 with the basketball. Post feed inside to Colin Turner. Backs down to a double team. Here's White, little floater. Off the mark, Jalen Jordan rips it down. He'll go to Jax. Jack's going to push across the timeline and get bumped here by number 3, Chase Champion.
Good call. He moved right into Jax.
It's a non-shooting foul. Foul number 5 of the first half against the Nighthawks. It will slow down the Saints' fast break opportunity, though.
And if you want to label it what the coach will say is a good foul, if Jax had blown by him, the Saints had numbers, was probably going to end up in a layup. So
Saints have the basketball, under 2 minutes to play, 1:56 to be exact. Down 1 with the ball front court. Looking for Jordan. They got him. They go out to Trevor Smalls. Smalls off to Jax. Shot clock on 10. Jax crossover, cross him back, go left to the baseline. Behind the back pass looking for Shackelford, knocked out by the Nighthawks. But only 3 on the shot clock. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Saints will have to work quickly. Jacks will trigger. Into Trevor Smalls. Off to Jordan. He'll shoot it. Bank shot, no good. Rebound Mason Manning. He'll lean, pump, up, under, and in for Mason Manning, and the Saints take a 1-point lead.
Great footwork. Fantastic. He had 2 people sandwiched. He was sandwiched in between 2 people and managed a reverse layup.
Peterson off the right side against Shackelford, one-on-one. Good defense. Kicks it over, gets it back, and goes out to White and off to Colin Turner. Back over to Shedenhelm. He'll come down the paint. Too strong, rebound Jalen Jordan. Saints might have got away with a foul there. Here comes Trevor Smalls, bumped in the midcourt, no foul call. Over to Jacks. 47 on the shot or game clock. The difference is about 25-second differential. So Buck Knight with it. Shot clock on 10. Jordan's got it. Over to Shackelford. Pull up 3. Short, no good. Rebound, Nighthawks. Shot clock turned off. Saints by 1, but the Nighthawks have the ball. They can hold it for the last shot. Looks like they're going to do just that. Dribble in the midcourt. Saints do have a couple fouls to give if they want to. A.J. White against Trevor Smalls. Got the steal. Here comes Trevor. He'll flush it down. A pickpocket at the midcourt. And no time left for the Nighthawks.
And Coach Zellen had indicated to Hoku, not Hoku, I'm sorry,
Trevor,
and to foul. So he went around the back and he got the ball first, went off White's foot,
Yep.
and it became a steal. White was irate because he felt like that he got hit from behind, and
Yeah.
you know there was some contact there. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah,
But
there was definitely some contact, but the referee said it was a clean strip and a steal, and then he had about 45 feet to go uncontested, just mano a mano with the rim the only thing in his way.
So a good way to end the first half.
No doubt about it. Saints get a steal, and it's the old pick 6 variety. He picked it, took it, scored it, and the clock doesn't stop on a made basket at the end of the first half. So by the time the Nighthawks got all the way back to get the ball out from under the basket, the clock had expired, and the Saints will take momentum and a 3-point lead to the locker room here in St. Augustine. Saints 38 and the North Georgia Nighthawks 35. We're at the half in St. Augustine. We'll take a break, and we'll be right back here on the Peach Belt Digital Network. Mic check 1, 2. All right, back for second half action here in St. Augustine. 38-35, Saints by 3. Of course, teams will switch ends here for the second half. Nighthawks will shoot at the basket at the east end of the facility. And we're underway. Saints playing straight man. They throw a lob inside. Bachneich anticipates it and picks it off. Oh, I got the wrong one turned up, Coach. Sorry, there we go. And I had your mic turned down. I put line 5 up instead of line 3.
Well, I'm on this line now. I'm
Yes,
good.
you are.
I'm good. Well, that was a excellent read by Jax and a great way to start the second half, getting a turnover. So we've got a 3-point lead, and we were talking that it would be terrific if the Saints could build some sort of cushion early on here and set the tone.
Straight man-to-man defense by the Nighthawks. Hoku out to Jalen Jordan's going to shoot a 3 ball. It's off the mark, no good. Rebound coming the other way, poked away. Good hustle there by Max. Herdlicka gets the steal. Bachneich will go in, coast to coast runner, and no good, but Hoku there to tip it back in. I thought we could have had a goaltending call there, but no call, doesn't matter. Hoku tipped it back in.
I love the extra effort. Max Herdlicka, that's like his 3rd tip-away steal. And Hoku, that's his 2nd putback on a layup that was heavily contested by his teammate. So
hustle plays right there, both of them. Saints back front court. Jordan's got it off the right side. Thought about Herdlicka on the backdoor cut, couldn't find him. They'll go out to Bachneich instead. Bachneich guarded here by Jamari Arnold. There's a lob into Jalen. Spin with the left hand, little baby hook, off the mark. Herdlicka kept it alive, but the Nighthawks end up with it. Tried to tap it to Mason Manning, and one of the Nighthawks picked it off. Down the paint for a runner is up and good for A.J. White.
Layup is good.
oh, he is so shifty. He went into that float, and I think I saw the ball move from right hand to left hand, back to right hand, and then up and in.
And split 2 defenders in what didn't look like enough space to fit anybody in. Jordan off the right side with the runner.
Number 23, Jalen Jordan.
He's got better foot speed than Colin Turner, but Turner's got better size at 6'9" and 230. It's a good matchup inside
Now,
there.
you took the words right out of my mouth, John. I'm going to watch that matchup the rest of the game because if Jalen can beat him off the dribble like that.
Herdlicka gets a poke away, but doesn't end up with it. And the Nighthawks get it blocked by Jordan. And they're going to call a foul. Wow. I thought Jalen put that ball right clean between his hands. They get the foul on him, and they'll give Caden Charles, the junior out of Kennesaw, 2 free throws. 42-39, Saints by 3 at the 17:32 mark, but we await the 2 free throws here from Caden Charles. First is good.
Well, the good news is that's only Jaden's first foul, so Jalen, excuse me, but we're a little short in the post tonight, so that's a good sign that he won't be inhibited with foul trouble in the second half.
Charles hits them both, makes it a 1-point game, 42-41, as the Saints bring it front court. Bachneich met by Arnold. Post feed into Herdlicka. He's got better size than his defender, but he'll go out to Jackson and then try to repost. Into Max. Skip pass far side, too much on it, but Hoku there to chase it down. Shot clock on 5. Mason Manning, a little floater, left it short, no good. Rebound picked up by the Nighthawks. They race the other way in a hurry. White, pull-up jumper from 18. Perfect.
Jump shot is good by A.J. White.
And the Nighthawks reclaim the 1-point lead. Here's Jordan, right baseline. Skip pass, Herdlicka, catch and shoot 3. Too strong, no good. Max having a tough day right now. I think he's 0 for 5. Just can't find the rhythm right now. Over to Turner. He looks for White, slips and falls, and held ball. Possession arrow favors the Saints, so Flagler will get the basketball. Herdlicka will check out for Shackelford to get in there for the Saints. Yeah, Max is actually 0 for 6.
Okay. I mean, the last one looked good coming out of his hands, but he may have just rushed it a little bit.
Here's Jordan into a double team and then got it poked away by A.J. White. Snuck in there on him.
We're saying his name too much. He's scary coming down the court with the ball in his hand.
Stop and pop triple for the Nighthawks. No good from Zach Hawkinson, and here come the Saints. Manning for Bachknight. Guarded by Arnold. Off to Jalen. Drops for Jacks. Takes it in, fade away, off the heel, no good. Jordan tried to tip it back in, no good. Nighthawks come away with a defensive stop. Turner backs down, kicks out to a wide open triple, and it's good for Jamari Arnold. 31% three-point shooter, only has 11 threes on the year, but that one was true. 4-point lead for North Georgia.
Which I think is the biggest lead that they've had in the game.
Here's Jordan, top of the circle. Jaden's going to try to answer with 3 of his own. It's off the mark and no good. White out to Turner. Gives it back to him. Arnold the lob inside to Hawkinson. Backdoor underneath looking for Turner. He's out of bounds though. Turner ran the baseline and put his foot on it.
Thank goodness, because he made a great up fake and got Jalen Jordan off his feet and was ready to dunk. So,
yeah, Jalen's taken a couple of three-pointers here in the second half, and I was thinking to myself, has he even made a three-pointer all year? And the answer is yes.
Okay.
He's made 1.
All right.
He's 1 for 3 on the season, but 0 for 2 today. And, you know, it's one of those things I always say as a broadcaster. Just because you're open doesn't mean it's a good shot.
Yeah.
Now, if you're Jack Bachknight, Josiah Shackelford, and you're a three-point shooter and you're open, no-brainer. But a guy like Jalen, not that he's not a good three-point shooter, but he's only taken 3 on the year.
Yeah.
I mean, we're in February now.
Yeah.
He's taken 3 3-point. That's not his game. It's not something he probably practices very much. And just because you're open doesn't mean you have to take it. There's a reason they're playing off of you.
Correct.
And so be a little more patient. It's all right. A lot of ball game left. 14:23 to play. 46-42. We talked about at halftime. Saints. We were hoping the Saints will make a little run, create some space. Unfortunately, it's been the other way. The Nighthawks have made their run. They were down 3 at the half, and the second half scoring has been 11-4.
Right.
Nighthawks 11, Saints 4. Nighthawks 4 out of 5 shooting the basketball. Saints 2 out of 7. And that 3-point lead has become a 4-point deficit now. Still a lot of game left. It's no panic or anything, but basketball is a game of momentum oftentimes, and the Saints haven't found any yet here in the second half.
Well, that's the thing that's a little concerning right now is that the Saints have not been able to get some good looks. And therefore, just as you pointed out, the shooting percentage has gone down considerably.
Yeah, the Saints are going to go with a more athletic lineup here. They're going to get Trevor Smalls in the game along with Boom Reeves, Shackelford, Hoku Fisher, and Bachknight. So a little smaller, but a little quicker. See if they can create some athleticism and some up-tempo style here potentially. Here's Boom up high. Looks backdoor for Smalls, couldn't find it. Instead, Shackelford's got it right baseline. Step back 18-footer, good.
Just what we needed.
Yeah. Shedenhelm is 6'5" and 200, but he doesn't have the foot speed to keep up with Josiah Shackelford on the perimeter. He had to back off him. When he did, Josiah shot the jumper. Long triple on the way is off the mark for the Nighthawks. That was Shedenhelm. He's a 50% three-point shooter, so you can't blame him for taking the shot. Might have been a little deep.
I was going to say, when they say it came from downtown, no, it came from way uptown.
Floater inside by Smalls. He attacked the rim, and the Saints run off 4 quick ones, and all of a sudden, just that fast, we're tied at 46. Trailer back, coming down the paint for a floater. It's up, and it's good for Chris Cole.
That was a heck of a shot. We had him walled off.
Smalls working against Cole. Back out to Hoku. Now Bachknight. To Boom. Now Jacks turns the corner. Got some space. Down the paint and kick. Corner for Smalls. Book the three.
Just what the doctor ordered.
Down 2 to up 1. 49-48. Smalls with the triple. Here's White. Now here's Cole. Back to White. Cross-court pass. Down the paint, runner. Dish at the last minute, and we got a reach-in foul. I think it's on Jacks. It is. Bachknight reached in, tried to poke it away from Sutton Smith. Called for the foul. Should be a non-shooting foul, so it should be Nighthawk ball underneath. Saints by 1, 49-48, courtesy of the Trevor Smalls 3-ball.
I mean, now's the time that the Saints need to keep this run going.
Jumper on the way is no good. Stick back no good the first time. Second time is for Chris Cole. Nighthawks reclaim a 1-point lead. Jacks down the space, down the paint, got it blocked. Trying to kick it cross court. Nighthawks come in. Cole, floater, no good, but a foul.
Well, a foul is better than a dunk because they had numbers.
Yeah, it was a 3-on-1 essentially there. Foul goes on Trevor Smalls. And our free throw shooter will be Chris Cole. 6'7", 190, a transfer from Shorter.
Chris Cole, he'll shoot 2.
Left-hander knocks home the first free throw. 2.6 points per game and a rebound and a half on the year for Chris Cole. Plays about 11 minutes a game. Second free throw also good. 52-49. Nighthawks by 3. Smalls for Shackelford. Wrap around inside to Boom. Out to Hoku. 3-ball. Off the mark, unlucky. Shackelford rebounds. Kicks for Mason. Passes up the 3 to reset it. Off to Boom at the top of the circle. Back over this way. Smalls, 3-ball. Got it.
Bang.
Tied at 52. Trevor Smalls shooting the triple today.
How many of those can we ask for? That's the third triple since that timeout, and we have A.J. White taking a breather on the bench. So this is an opportunity for the Saints to maybe generate a little run here.
Baseline drive and kick cross court to Sutton Smith, and he knocks home his 3-ball. Mason Manning's going to back in against Sutton. Sutton Smith, he's got a much better size advantage. Manning up, under, and count the basket and the foul. 6'2", 190 versus 5'11", and 170, and Mason Manning recognized it immediately. Called for the ball, backed him all the way down from about 15 feet out to the paint, gave the pump fake, drew the foul, got the bucket. Chance to tie it up when we come back from this timeout. He'll shoot 1 free throw. 11:03 to go in the ball game. 55-54. North Georgia leads it over Flagler by 1, but there's a free throw pending right when we come back here on the Peach Belt Digital Network. a free throw away from tying this game up here in St. Augustine. Mason Manning will be our free throw shooter.
Mason showed great patience there, trying to post up his defender, and Shutters was coming over from the post, and I thought he might have been better served had he stayed and just trapped Mason. And Mason intelligently took his man to the middle, but then reversed to the baseline where there was no help and got inside him and made the basket and got fouled.
Mason missed the free throw, unfortunately, and the Saints couldn't corral the rebound. So the Nighthawks end up with it, up one with the ball. They attack inside. Shot missed against Smalls. Another shot up. Second time works for Caden Charles. Smalls going to back in, spin to the baseline. Here comes the double team. Who's open? Out to Hoku. Back in, there's a double team. Skip pass, back this way, Shackelford. 3-ball, bucket.
Don't leave him open like that.
Oh, please do leave him open. Saints tie it up 57 apiece. Shackelford, 52% three-point shooter on the year. And floater in the paint. Friendly roll for Caden Charles. He's taking advantage of the one-on-one matchup with Trevor Smalls. Hoku into Boom. Spin off the window. Oh, couldn't finish it. Unlucky. Here come the Nighthawks the other way quickly. Turner off right-hand side to Peterson. Around the horn, back this way to Charles.
And that's a travel.
They're going to say that he did travel, dragged that pivot foot, but they'll say he got bumped hard enough by Trevor Smalls to create the contact and forced him to travel, I guess. Herdlicka's going to check back for Trevor Smalls. 59-57, North Georgia by 2. 9:38 to go here in the ball game. Nighthawk basketball. Looking for White. For the lob inside to Turner against Boom Reeves. Blocked from Shackelford. It's got to be a held ball. Yeah. Possession arrow favors the Nighthawks, so we'll stay here. Shackelford blocked that shot from behind cleanly. Turner went up with the ball, came down with the ball, and that means a held ball. 7 on the shot clock. Turner over Boom Reeves, and he finishes it.
Colin Turner.
Herdlicka trying to post up here against Sutton Smith. Throws it over to Shackelford. Shackelford's going to back him down as well. Double team out to Herdlicka around the horn. Shot clock on 10. Saints got to be cautious. Manning down the paint, pump, float, finish.
Mason
Nice job.
Manning, that was a tremendous effort with the shot clock running down, and we really needed a basket because we're getting to that point in the game where we don't want to create any distance and get behind North Georgia.
Reach in called on the Saints there. Smith came down the paint. Looked like Herdlicka might have knocked that one away, but they called a foul against the Saints. 5 fouls against Flagler here in the second half, just 1 against North Georgia. They got a lot of fouls to give. There's White up high, step back, 3-ball on the way. Short, no good. Rebound picked up by Jalen Jordan. Jordan over to Balknight. Here come the Saints. Down 2, but have the basketball. Into Shackelford. Oh, tried to go to Herdlicka and got it picked off. A runner at the other end for JoJo Peterson.
Number 2, JoJo Peterson.
Saints down 4 with the ball. Into Jordan, tried to thread the needle, another steal. Turner trails, Turner gets it blocked, Turner gets fouled. It'll be our under 8 media timeout, and it couldn't have come at a better time for the Saints. They need to regroup here. Down 4 with free throws pending. Momentum starting to shift over to the boys in blue.
Yes.
We'll take a break here on the Peach Belt Digital Network. Be right back.
Holiday Inn Express, Flagler College Athletics official hotel. Sonny's, local pitmaster since '68. They don't just serve barbecue, they are barbecue. Spartan Orthopedic Institute, sports medicine and robotic surgery. And St. Augustine Marina for all your boating and fishing needs.
Saints are shooting the ball pretty well, 53% in the second half, 9 of 17. Unfortunately for the home team fans, North Georgia shooting it even better. They're at 65%, 11 for 17 in the second half. They're winning the scoring battle 28-21. They are +7 here in the second half. That's taken our 3-point lead and made it a 4-point deficit with further damage pending on the free throws.
Yeah, North Georgia benefited from a couple of Flagler turnovers and came down court with numbers, so they'd either come away with a layup or, as you just pointed out, the 2 free throws that Shutter just put in, and now we've got a 6-point deficit with a little under 8 minutes to go.
Here's Faulknight into a double team. Finds Shackelford, now Jalen Jordan. Skip pass far side. Threw it out of bounds. Saints are trying to play too fast, it seems like. There's a lot of time left.
No, you're right, John.
Let the game come to you a little bit more.
The rhythm that they had earlier, they haven't got back into that groove, and they need to do it pretty quickly.
Arnold heads left for Turner. Deflected by Mason Manning and couldn't control it. Deflected it once, deflected it twice, and ended up falling out of bounds holding the basketball. 15 on the shot clock. 7:19 on the game clock. Saints are down 6. Here's White off a screen from Turner. And they're going to give a bailout foul to the Nighthawks here. Jalen Jordan's trying to slide to the left and contact with A.J. White. Foul on Jalen.
Well, I know the North Georgia coach has been really in the ear of the referee covering that side of the court. So I don't know if that's taken any effect, but I applaud Jalen Jordan. He really kept his hands up and he stood his ground. And White really went into his verticality, and that was his own fault that he ended up slipping and going to the floor.
White's a 91% free throw shooter. First one's good, and second one is good as well. Saints need a bucket here in the front court. 67-59. There's Jack's far side. 3 ball, got it.
What a huge basket by Jack Faulknight.
Yeah, not just a basket, but a 3-point basket.
Oh, my goodness.
And just that fast, it goes from 8 to 5. That's a big momentum swing right there for the Saints.
And now it's going to come down to defense because they're going to have to get a couple of stops in a row here. And really, John, it's been the 3 ball over the last 7 minutes that have kept us from falling behind even further. We've gone, I think, 4 for 4 or 4 for 5 over that time period.
4 for the last 5. You nailed it for the Saints. They've made 5 of their last 6 overall and 4 for 5 for 3-pointers. And Jax Balknight for the game is 4 out of 5 from 3. He's got 14 points to lead the team. He's got 5 assists to lead the team. He's got 2 steals to lead the team.
So the Saints are really going to have to concentrate on playing error-free basketball. They're not going to be able to afford to have too many turnovers. A few of them I'm going to term trying to do too much, kind of sloppy. They just need to settle down and get in a groove here.
Yeah, I think that 8-point lead was the biggest. Yeah, that was the biggest of the day. Saints' biggest lead was 5. Nighthawks' biggest lead was 8, which was just moments ago, and Jax Balknight erased that. So 5-point game, 67-62 with just under 7 minutes to play. Turner's at the top of the circle, and we got a whistle and a foul. Maybe going to be offensive. Looks like it is. Oh, now the referee's got dissension. Referee under the basket on the baseline called an offensive foul on the Nighthawks. Referee here on the near side raised his arm to call a foul as well, and they're going to get together and see who gets their call. I'm not sure. It's going to be offensive. It's going to go on the Nighthawks. It's on number 2. That's JoJo Peterson. So ball to the Saints. That's just the second team foul against North Georgia here in the second half. Saints have committed 7, so North Georgia's already in the 1-and-1. Smalls with Shackelford, Manning, Jordan, and Balknight. Jax with the basketball far side. Goes to Jalen at the top of the circle. Back to Jax with a screen. Corner to Shackelford. Takes it strong baseline, up, under, and in, and 1.
What a great move by Josiah. He shot fake, got the defender up on his toes a little bit, beat him to the baseline, and then Jalen Jordan shielded his guy. I'm not going to call it a screen, but he didn't allow his defender to go help, and Josiah went all the way underneath the hoop and reversed it in and got fouled. So that's absolutely. So we put a quick 6 points on the board in a matter of, 20 seconds, John?
Yeah, after being down 8, now it's a 2-point game, just that fast. The Nighthawks take Hunter Shedenhelm out. He was the player trying to guard Shackelford, who couldn't do it. Looking for Turner. Throw it in, poke it away. Nighthawks chase down the loose ball, though. Charles spins into Balknight, and too strong, no good, no foul. Rebound to Trevor Smalls. Crossover at midcourt. Keeps right on going, splits 2. Gets it poked away. Tried to do too much there again. Here come the Nighthawks the other way. To White, 3 ball. Off the mark, no good. Rebound, last touched by. No, it's going to go off one of the blue shirts there. One referee put his hands up, so I didn't see it.
Well, the referee that made the call over by the front of the scoring table really did not have an angle, because everything that happened, their backs were to her. So they called it a jump ball, and Flagler gets possession.
Yeah, so the possession arrow flips, but the Saints do get the ball. So down 2 with the ball, under 6 to play. Manning's going to back in, kick out to Balknight. Going to try to drive left side, up, and throws it in there. He used that little scoop shot like we saw the North Georgia women do quite often today. Instead of going up like this to lay it in, you kind of go up from about your hip, and allows the defender to be a little more shielded. And if he tries to block it, he's got to hit you in the body. That's what happened. Tie game, free throw pending.
And that's a Jax Bachnight trade layup. He has his arm fully extended, straight out, and he's holding it there, and it's not until the last minute that he uses his wrist to lay it softly against the backboard.
So the Saints have scored 9 straight after being down 8 to take a 1-point lead with 5.5 minutes to go. We got ourselves a barn burner here in St. Augustine. There's the lob into Turner. Go back into Jalen Jordan. Spin and got it blocked, but got his own rebound. Tried to save it. Got it to Bachnight instead, though. He saved it to one of the guys in a white shirt. Jack's getting bumped here by number 4, and we got a technical foul. No bump worried about here. Technical foul called against Dan Evans, who was lobbying for a foul called at the other end and got in the referee's ear a little too much. And now the Saints are going to get some free throws and keep the ball.
Yeah. I don't like to comment too much on any coach's style of coaching, but that was an accident waiting to happen, John, because he has been in the young lady official's ear quite a bit this game.
Bachnight hits the first. He's got one more coming. It's a 2-point lead. Now it's a 3-point lead.
Possession Saints. So this is we're not at a critical moment yet, but
shot clock shouldn't be at 30. Not that it's a big detail, but
yeah.
The technical foul was whistled. There we go. You got it to 26.
Okay.
There we go. Technical foul was called in the middle of the possession.
Right.
So you leave the shot clock where it was. And they got it right. They put it to 30 briefly, but then put it back to 26. Here's Bachnight looking for Mason Manning. Big size advantage against White. He'll go baseline, back the other way. Up, under, and in the foul! Mason Manning with an acrobatic move and one.
He must have some radar in the back of his head, because I don't know how he figured out to do a reverse 180 spin. He ended up directly under the basket, reached out with his right arm, and did a spin move off the glass and in and got fouled.
Free throw also good.
I wish we had replay. That deserves to be seen again.
That's the Sports Center top 10. Send it in, John Jordan. Send it in. 73-67. Saints by 6 at the 4:41 mark. Here's White coming down the paint over Shackelford. No good. Rebound, Jalen Jordan. That's a good no call. And the principle of verticality there. Here comes Jax. His principle of fast break to Shackelford. 3-ball off the mark. Jalen Jordan. Rebound. Flush it.
A power two-hand thunder dunk from Jalen Jordan.
And we got a timeout on the floor. Timeout taken by North Georgia. We talked about basketball as a game of momentum. What seems like moments ago, I think it was about 3 minutes on the basketball clock. There's about 7 minutes to play. It was an 8-point game. It's an 8-point game right now. It's just the other team's winning by 8. Saints were down 8. Now they're up 8.
And we're sitting here watching the game. Each play, each score. It seems like that 16-point swing was in the blink of an eye, now that we're looking at it 75-67.
Pull out the stats here and try to figure out exactly when that basket happened.
And I'll tell you, the
2 minutes and 56 seconds of basketball time, Coach. It's a 16-0 run in less than 3 minutes.
It is a blink of an eye then, okay. Yeah. I'm not imagining it.
2:56 to be exact.
And a lot of it has come from extreme extra effort, especially considering that last play by Jax Bachnight, who came down at absolutely full speed and had the wherewithal to say, I'm not going to have a good look. And he jump stopped just before the baseline, got the ball back out. The shot was taken
by Shackelford.
And Jalen Jordan came in, got the offensive rebound with a two-hand slam. I mean, that's the kind of basketball you need to make a 16-0 run.
Saints trying to get one more stop and keep the run alive. We're approaching the 4-minute mark. It's 75-67. Here's Turner with White, and they'll get a foul on Mason Manning. He was trying to fight through the screen, and they said he held A.J. White. That's not a guy you want to hold. A.J. A.J.'s a 90% free throw shooter.
Yeah, you're not allowed to put two hands on the player that you're covering. You get a one-hand kind of a check, and that's okay, but you're not allowed to put two hands on him.
So White will shoot 1 and 1. Got to make the first to earn the second. And as I mentioned, he's 91%. And the first is true. One more coming. And it's good as well. 75-69, 6-point game. White's going to check out, get a little rest here. He won't be out long. Chase Champion in for him. 6'2", 180 out of Lithonia, Georgia. Saints will run a three-man weave here and go Manning left side. Got the Jordan top of the circle screen, doesn't use it. Bach Knight, now Shackelford. Now Jordan again. Here's Jax, left-hand wing. Working hard against Champion. Shot clock down to 6. Jax coming cross court. Float and foul. He came hard from left to right, stopped, pivoted back, fade away, and got whacked across the arm. Ball never got anywhere close to the rim, but it doesn't matter. He got hit on the arm, and he'll get 2 free throws.
I can't emphasize the importance of that possession. White just made 2 free throws, cut it to 6. 3.5 minutes left. We used 28 seconds out of that 30-second clock. A very inopportune foul by the North Georgia player. And now we've got Jax with 2 free throws, free.
First one is good for Jax. He's got one more coming. And, of course, White is back in the game. That was an offensive-defensive substitution, essentially. And Jax makes them both. That's not surprising. A.J. White is an impressive basketball player, but he's only 5'10", and 150. Whoever he's guarding is a tough matchup. He's outsized by everyone who's wearing a white shirt on the court. Here's Turner. Back to White. Thought about the 3, passed it up. Post feed into Turner. Against Jordan. Jax sinks to help. Kick it cross court. Down the paint for a floater. Rejected. Rebounded by Shackelford. Keeps the ball moving away from traffic. He'll get it over to Bach Knight, who will walk it front court.
No need to rush.
3 minutes exactly as Bach Knight dribbles it between the circles. Guarded here by Caden Charles. Picks up his dribble. Goes to Jalen Jordan. Holds it high above the air.
Careful, Jalen.
Lost his handle. Going the other way. Poked away by Trevor Smalls. And got a jump ball. Possession arrow this time. The arrow on the table points toward Flagler. I thought the last jump ball was on that controversial call as to who fouled. So I'm not sure if the arrow got flipped appropriately. The referee is going to talk to the scorer's table and get it straightened out. And again, this is where the official book comes in. The official book is the only thing that matters. Well, the scorekeeper's job is to mark down the time period when every time there's a possession arrow changes. There might have been one that I just don't remember.
That's what I'm trying to...
I know when one referee called an offensive foul and the other referee called a defensive foul, they declared that a jump ball, essentially.
Correct.
That possession arrow gave the ball to Flagler.
Correct.
So you flip it, it should be North Georgia ball, I think, because I don't remember a held ball since that point.
And I think that's
and that
just
looks
what
like is what's going to happen.
Yeah,
Yeah, the coach from North Georgia was frustrated immediately when they called the held ball and signaled that it was Flagler's ball. That's because what the scorer's table said. They just had the arrow pointing the wrong way. So they got it right, I think. They keep their shot clock of 20, and they'll inbound it down 8. Here's Turner, drops it back for Shedenhelm for 3. It's no good. Jalen Jordan, good box out, gets the rebound and almost turned it over because A.J. White is so quick. You can't make a lazy pass. You can't make a lackadaisical pass.
No, Jalen has really, really got to focus now.
Here's Buck
really
Knight.
focused.
He's into a double team, got it poked away, and it's a steal for the Nighthawks. Over here to the left-hand side, 3 ball on the way is good from Sutton Smith. Throw it out towards Smalls. He'll go to Shackelford and clear the timeline to a double team. And we got a held ball, possession arrow to the Saints.
Wow.
Josiah cleared the timeline and stopped, but that's not what you should do there. When you clear the timeline and you're by the sideline, you've basically given them the 4 pieces of the square, one being the sideline, one being the backcourt. Now you only need 2 people to box you in, and that's what happened.
Couldn't have been a worse spot to get in a trap.
You got to keep going and get further away from the midcourt line if you're going to stop.
And why am I not surprised that A.J. White got his hands on the ball and created the tie-up?
Under 2 minutes to play, shot clock down to 9. Buck Knight with it. He's guarded by Turner. He's going to attack him off the dribble. Dish for Jalen and stick it in.
What a great read. He went right by Shutters. Shutters, I don't know what happened on the switch, why they switched.
That's actually Turner, not Shutters.
Oh, I'm
okay.
sorry.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know why they made the switch like that. Jax recognized it, showed him the ball, blew by him, and then White was stuck on Jalen Jordan. I mean, that's what, 6'9" to 5'10"?
There's a double team against Jax. He's got to step through it and get out of there. He'll push, he'll clear the timeline, and U-turn it. Here comes another double, and he calls a timeout. Timeout taken by the Saints. Hunter Shedenhelm tried to reach in there and create the held ball, and Jax didn't like him doing that. But, hey, he's playing hard to the whistle. They blew the whistle, called the timeout. And Coach Selland will take Jax and shove him toward the bench and say, back off. We don't need any shenanigans. It's our ball.
That's it, guys. Don't get too excited.
A little bit of a veteran play there. Coach Selland is a young coach,
Yeah, exactly.
but he's not young like the players.
No. I mean, come on.
A lot of emotion out there on the court, playing hard. Everybody's fighting for their scraps right now.
Oh,
and 79-72, Saints by 7. And they're trying to hang in here and win this one here on the home court. 1:39 on the game clock. Shot clock.
They're showing 30 on
Yeah,
the
the shot clock says 30, but that's not right.
No.
There it is, 23.
Okay. So they need to get it inbound safely. And
we are both in the 1-1. 7 team fouls against North Georgia, 8 against the Saints. Again, possession arrow is now flipped to North Georgia. Mason Manning throws it into Shackelford. He's tied up. And do we get a foul? I think we got a foul.
Oh, that was so close.
That was so
close.
Shackelford got triple teamed. And the referee said that 24, which is Caden Charles, got him on the arm.
The inbounder had to throw it up in the air. The clock was running down. Josiah went up, and I think he looked to see where the defenders were, and it bounced off one hand lightly. But by the time he got the possession back, it allowed there were 3 defenders around him. They all jumped him.
Yeah. Shackelford makes the first. He's got one more. He makes them both.
Oh, those are big.
So it's a 9-point game with a minute and a half, basically. 1:37 to be exact. A.J. White will clear the timeline with a screen from Turner. Crossover, trying to dribble in against Smalls. Floats the baseline, too strong. Jalen rips down the rebound. Gets it over to Buck Knight. He's going to be double teamed. Uses foot speed to create space. Finds Shackelford, who finds Manning, who finds Shackelford. looking for a helper, and it's poked away out of bounds by Turner. It'll stay with the Saints with 1:14 to play. Saints are trying to close this one out. Clock is rapidly becoming our friend. Into Balknight. He'll go baseline and keep right on going. Then all the way out to midcourt, keep on going until White picks his pocket. And Smalls almost got there for the layup to block it, but couldn't do it. Into Balknight. Back to Trevor Smalls. He'll split two defenders. He'll find Mason Manning. Throw it over to Shackelford. Thought about a three, passes it up and gets fouled. 55.4 to go, 81-74.
Now the Saints figured out how to get really good ball movement on that press because the North Georgia had turned him over a couple times, and very adeptly, I might say. Jax Bachnight is probably the best ball handler on this court, and yet A.J. White managed to, as you said, strip him of the ball right here in front of us. It's a great move.
His foot speed and hand speed, I guess, as well. He's an amazing defensive player. And Jax is an A-plus ball handler. Shackelford rattles the first one in. He's got one more coming.
I wondered where everyone was running to.
All the North Georgia guys figured if we run down court, maybe the referee will believe us and only give him one free throw. Missed the second one. 8-point game. Here comes White with it in the final minute. Throw it over far side. They're going to go baseline. Strong take, blocked by Jalen Jordan. Rebounded by Shackelford. And he's fouled here by White. Shackelford's got a chance to put this one away. 41.2. That's a lot of time in college basketball, but it could be a 10-point lead by the time the ball goes back to the Nighthawks.
Well, I'm glad to see Josiah take care of that ball. I think one of the things that he's been working on with his handle is making sure that he's protecting that dribble, not allowing those quick hand checks to get in there and knock the ball away.
Shackelford makes the first. He's got one more coming. Got them both. Josiah's got 18 on the day. And got called for a bump there. Good hustle play.
It was a very good hustle play.
He saw an errant pass and went over to try to corral it and got there a split second too late and kind of tried to jump out of the way of A.J. White. Instead jumped and had a little contact. So foul call. That was the right call. And White will get a couple free throws. He makes the first. 25 points on the day for A.J. White. Perfect 7 out of 7 from the free throw line.
He has such a soft shot that even when he isn't all net and catches a little rim, it's so soft it just sits up there and eventually falls through.
40.5 seconds to play. It's an 8-point game. Into Balknight in the corner. Over to Manning. Out here towards Shackelford. Skip it over to Balknight. They clear the timeline. Jackson to a double team. Steps through it, needs help. Poked away. Steele coming front court by the Nighthawks. They throw it over to A.J. White. Pull up three. It's good with 20.8. And it's back to a 5-point game with less than 21 seconds to play. That foul by Shackelford out there allowed them to score with essentially 1 second coming off the clock. They got 2 points. Then on the steal here in the midcourt, they got 3 points. And so in the span of about 15 seconds of basketball time, this game went from 10 to 5.
To 5, just like that.
So it's not over.
And one of the things that you emphasize to your players at any time, but it's really important when you're in a press situation or an inbound situation, is come to the ball. When the pass is coming to you, don't stand there and wait for it because the defenders are coming at an angle to get their hand in there. Come to the ball and contain it. And don't try to get rid of it right away. Get it, get your feet settled, and secure it.
Balknight will flash to the corner. Can't find him yet. Now they do. He's double teamed. Trying to keep the ball moving. Doesn't want to get tied up because the possession arrow favors the Nighthawks. So he keeps the ball moving and gets fouled. It's a critical call right there for the Saints to not allow that ball to be tied up.
Oh, and Jax made a great move. He bent over, way over, so he's protecting the ball almost in his gut. You can't get to him from the back, and they reached in, yes. Did they eventually get their hands on the ball? Yes, but they had to rake down his arm. That was a really good call, because otherwise you're talking about really all-out pounding on somebody till you get the ball away.
And the possession era favors North Georgia, so if they get the ball back and hit a three-pointer, all of a sudden it's a 2-point game.
Yeah.
As of now, it's a one free throw good for Balk Knight and one more pending. This second one is the big one because it's a 6-point game right now, so it's a 2-possession game. This can make it 7 points, which would be 3 possessions. And it's good. Time to dig in on defense, make them touch the ball. They do that, now they back it off. Here's White, pull up 3. It's good. Gracious sakes. A.J. White is stealing the ball, running up and down the court 90 miles an hour. He's hitting three-pointers.
And that was 30 feet, John. That was not one. He's moving in front of us right to left and had the wherewithal to come to a stop, square up, shoot over the defender, 30 feet, nothing but net.
He's got 32 points on the day. A.J. White comes in averaging 15.7. That's their leader. He's got basically 2 games worth of points so far today. Hasn't missed a free throw at 8 for 8. He's also got 4 assists, 3 steals, and 10 out of 16 overall, 4 for 6 from 3. He has been a one-man wrecking crew, but fortunately for the Saints, time is on our side. This game is not over yet, which is why that second free throw was so critical there. There's 7.5 seconds to go, and it's 86-82. It's a 4-point game. Even if the Saints were to turn it over or have a held ball, because again, the possession arrow still favors North Georgia, a 3-pointer does not cost you the lead. Saints need to play smart, but if something dreadful happens and we lose the basketball, don't foul.
Do not foul.
Shackelford and Balk Knight will flash. Jax will catch it, and he'll get bumped immediately here on the near side. Did a nice job there creating some space. He caught the ball and was able to turn the corner as opposed to run into the corner and get tied up. He left himself enough room to turn the corner. Once he did turn the corner, they had to foul him, and they did. And now he has a chance to further extend the lead. Only 1 second ran off. Went from 7.5 to 6.5. And I believe that was 5 fouls on number 3, Chase Champion. So he's out, and not sure who the sub is. There's 6. 1, 2, 3. Oh, there's 5 guys on the court and 2 at the scorer's table. Balk Knight makes the first. So here come the subs. So now there's 5 blue shirts. And it's a 5-point lead with 6.5 seconds to go. Jax misses the second. And here come the Nighthawks. Up and under for White. And
Yeah,
we get a foul. A lot of whistles being blown. There may have been a foul called before the horn expired. It's really not going to matter because it's 87-84.
right.
But they're going to go to the instant replay. The Nighthawks were trying to foul. And the Saints got the ball inbound to somebody. And I thought they fouled him before the horn expired.
But like you said, relatively immaterial at this point because we're going to be down the other end of the court, taking a free throw. And as soon as you might as well just miss the free throw, because then they don't get the opportunity to stand out of bounds and look to see where they want to throw the ball. And with how much time would be left, John? 1.3
well,
or
they put 1.3 on the clock now. That's not sure that's where it's going to stay.
Yeah.
But let's see.
And even with that, that's not enough time to do anything.
Yeah.
So
you're right. The most important thing is to make the first free throw to make it a 4-point game. Then at that point, I would agree, miss it and make them throw the ball the length of the court during an active situation as opposed to standing out of bounds and throwing it. So Jalen Jordan's going to be our free throw shooter with 1.3 seconds to play. Needs to make one of the two.
Well, the Saints, they should feel good about this one. They had to work extremely hard, and you pointed out that 16-point run in 2 minutes and what is it? 56 seconds.
All right, so the first free throw's missed. It's 87-84. One more coming. Now you do need to make this one. And he does. So it's a 4-point game, no fouls. Let them throw it wherever they want. Just don't foul anybody. And shot from three-quarter court is off the mark, and it wouldn't have mattered anyway. Saints led it by 4 when the ball went in the air, and they win it by 4, 88-84 here on the home court. This was a action-packed affair, and you're right, because that 16-0 run was the difference maker. It was an amazing stretch of less than 3 minutes for the Saints, and they went from down 8 to up 8, and they kind of steal one here against North Georgia.
Well, and here's the thing. We talked about it at the beginning of the game. North Georgia took their home version of the rivalry. They lead us or did lead us by 1 game in the standings. So by virtue of us holding home court today, we've evened the season series, but we now are even with them in the Peach Belt standings with 9 games left to go. So 9 or 10. What's the maybe off 1?
Let's hear it straight from the coach. See what he has to say. Coach Blake Sellen joins us here for a quick post-game comment. And Coach, we were talking about this game going back and forth, and as we went into the locker room, I felt like we got a little bit of a momentum swing by getting a steal, a run out, a dunk. And I thought, can you hold that momentum in the second half? And as it turns out, we kind of lost it for a little bit. We went from up 3 to down 4 or 5 and ultimately down 8. And then there was a point with about 7 minutes to play in the game. In a 2-minute and 56-second stretch, we went on a 16-0 run. Wow. Down 8 to up 8 in what seemed like a blink of an eye. What went right for you guys during that stretch there, and talk about some of the things that happened?
A lot of players made some great plays for us, which was huge. But we talk a lot about that. The other night against Lander, we went on a 17-0 run to go up 8 as well, and we blew that one. So we just have really continued telling our guys, like, the way the Peach Belt is all these games with 5 minutes to go are going to be a 2-3 possession. And it's just, are you going to be tough enough to go win it? And I'm so proud of our guys because, you're down 8 with 7 minutes to go. That's hard. Like like you have a chance to cave in or not. And, man, we just kept making some big plays. We got some huge stops and rebounds. And I was just really proud of the guys making the right plays for us.
There was a lot of great plays during that 16-0 run, and we could sit here for the next hour and probably go through every single one of them. But there was a play that was made by Mason Manning where he went along the baseline there and somehow came up and under on the near side. I don't know if you had a great angle to see that play or not, but I know I did. What an amazing athletic play from Mason.
That was a huge play by Mason, and he's just, Mason's been working so hard and, missed a game winner the other day and came back and had a huge game. And, I thought he did a really good job on AJ. A lot of those points late were tough baskets. It's hard to hold that lead, but, he had a big finish and some big plays for us, and that's just what he is. We call him the Mississippi kid around here, so he made some big plays.
Jack Spock-Knight hit a couple of big threes, a couple during that stretch there. He went 4 for 5 today, and then another guy who who also had a good day shooting the 3-ball, that is not somebody that you normally count on, was Trevor Smalls.
Yes,
He was a perfect 2 out of 2 today. Some big buckets for him.
You know, Trevor just stepped up and had some big plays. And, you know, Trevor's still learning our offense and learning how, you know, we work, and he just continues to get work in, and you're just going to continue to see him go. I mean, he made a huge 3 at Buford last week and made some big plays for us. He's an energy guy, and he's just learning and growing, which I'm really excited about. So it's a great team win for us. A lot of guys made some huge plays, and we're really excited.
Yeah, Trevor was about perfect today from the field offensively. He had 12 points on 5 of 5 shooting,
Wow.
2 for 2 from 3. He played 13 minutes, got 12 points. That's pretty efficient.
Yes, yeah, that is. That's huge, and I'm really proud of him. So.
Yeah, so a great win for you, Coach. Again, I want to let you have some time with your team to visit, but appreciate you visiting with us.
Thank you so much.
It
I
was
appreciate it.
Heck of a battle
well,
today.
I appreciate you so
Congratulations.
much. Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, it's Coach Blake Sellen, head coach of the Saints. Big win today, 88-84 over the University of North Georgia. And North Georgia, the Nighthawks, an outstanding ball game today. It was a really good battle, and the Saints ultimately came out on top. And Coach, we had talked. We got Coach Sellen. I'll let him hustle back to meet with his team, because I know those guys are waiting in the locker room for him. And so from one coach to another, boy, that momentum the Saints picked up. It was so hard. You know, we talk about it all the time. We talk about basketball being a game of runs, game of momentum. If we could only predict when it was going to come, right?
Well, they were in the timeout, and there was a fair amount of time left in the game, obviously, but nobody had been able to get to that 8-point level. In fact, the best we had done to that point was 4.
Yeah.
And so if that got to double figures, John, I'm not sure that we would have had the wherewithal and composure to weather that.
Isn't it funny how an 8-point game or a 9-point game or a 10-point game it just kind of rips your heart out a little bit.
It does. And I mean, let me for a moment relate to our women's game this afternoon. We were up against the first place team in the league. They only have 1 loss. And our ladies, they fought. And I don't know what the time frame was, but they were in a similar situation. Mm-hmm. Middle to late third quarter, down 11 points. And we came back, and we had the ball out of bounds with a tie game with 4.2 seconds left in the game with a chance to win. Unfortunately, we couldn't put it down, but we went to overtime. And North Georgia is a team, the women's team, they don't beat themselves. And so for us to be able to come back from 11 points showed a lot of growth. So, you know, we'll be ready when it comes to tournament time. So for the men today, to be able to make a run like that, and I don't want to overemphasize 2 minutes and 56 seconds, but that's a tremendous amount of effort and in high basketball IQ, and it was fun to watch.
Yeah, it was a great day for basketball fans here in St. Augustine. The heartbreaker for the women, losing in overtime to the number 5 ranked team in the country and a team that's 18-1 now on the year. But they were right there. So much to be gained, so much positive to come out of that. And to be in the game against North Georgia late was an accomplishment. Have a chance to potentially win the game on the last possession, ultimately losing in overtime. I'm not going to say it was a moral victory, but I do think a game like that can allow you to build upon things going forward and just know that you all have so much to be proud of, and such hard work and dedication today was evident by the Saints ladies in the early game. And then the men, same thing again. You said down 8. That was when it was an 8-point game. That was the biggest lead of the day for North Georgia, and they just took it from 6 to 8. And all of a sudden, I thought, oh boy, here we go potentially. Go into the timeout, come out with a renewed sense of energy. I don't know what was in the water bottles they were serving over there at that point, but the boys came out and went on a 16-0 run over the span of about 3 minutes, and went from down 8 to up 8. And I'm not saying they cruised to a victory today, because there wasn't any cruising at all, but they survived and got the win here on the home court. Shot some good free throws down the stretch. That's what good teams do. Handle the ball, make the free throws, and occasionally if you're in a close game, which this one didn't end up being a one-possession game. It was close, but it wasn't a one-possession game. Big-time players got to make big-time plays.
Absolutely, and I will mention that for the 3rd game in a row, Mr. Mason Manning has been at the focal point of. Now, today might not have been right at the end of the game, but it was pretty darn close. when he made
that up and under play that he made.
Oh, that three-point play. Yeah, that was critical.
There was multiple three-point plays during that stretch when we went on a 16-0 run. I think 4 of the 6 baskets were three-point plays. Some were traditional three-point field goals. Others were three-point basket and one opportunities. I think it was 6 baskets that resulted in the 16 points.
Correct.
4 threes or three-point plays and 2 traditional two-point field goals or 2 free throws, as the case may be.
And just when they needed to have a bunch of possessions in a row and not turn it over, because that was part of the reason that they had gone down 8. But when it came to crunch time, their ball security was excellent, their ball movement was excellent, and as you pointed out, the three-point plays, whether by shot or by traditional, one and done, they pulled it out. So a big win.
So the leader for North Georgia was A.J. White. He was outstanding today, 34 points, and as impressive a single performance as we've seen this year on the court here at the Clark Family Court. 34 points for A.J. White to lead all scorers. Arnold had 5, Charles had 10, Turner had 6, Peterson had 5, Champion had 2, Shedenhelm had 3, Cole had 11, Smith had 6, and Shutters had 2. For the Saints, the leader was Jax Balknight with 24. Also had 6 assists to lead the Saints in that category. Mason Manning had 15. Hoku Fisher had 4. Jalen Jordan had 11 to go with 9 rebounds. Trevor Smalls had 12. And the freshman Josiah Shackelford had 18 to go with 5 rebounds. And Boom Reeves chipped in 4 as well. Both teams shot it very well. Saints at 54.4%. Nighthawks at 54.7%. But ultimately, it was one more made three-pointer for the Saints, and that's really what the difference was there. The Saints got 57 shots versus 53 for the Nighthawks. That probably goes down to a couple of turnovers that we had versus they had, or offensive rebounds here and there, and it was just an outstanding all-around basketball game, ultimately controlled by the Saints. 88-84 the final. We got a couple of road games coming up this week, right? A Wednesday, Saturday on the road.
Right. USC Aiken on Wednesday, and then is it Georgia College?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
USC Aiken and then Georgia College. And then we're home for a 3-game series the following week. We got that rain out or snow out game from Columbus State. That'll be on a Monday. That's not the original scheduled date, but it'll be a week from this Monday. So today's the 1st, 2nd, 3rd. So it's February 10th.
Correct.
Monday the 10th, and then Wednesday the 12th, and then Saturday the 15th. So Monday, Wednesday, Saturday during Valentine's week.
Yeah.
The Saints will be home for 3 consecutive home games, and they're all doubleheaders, of course, in conference play. Women followed by men 3 times here in that week of Valentine's week, also known as the week of the Daytona 500.
Oh, yes.
For those of us that live down in Volusia County.
There you go. There you go.
So.
Well, obviously, starting this Wednesday, and you go Wednesday, Saturday, Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, 5 games in 9 days.
Yeah.
We're going to know a lot more about where the Flagler teams, men and women, stand in the standings, and hopefully we will be, I know our goal is to try to get to that top half, but for sure next week we want to be able to take care of Aiken, and then if that occurs, we will be up against Georgia College, where it's always seem to be fighting neck and neck to see who's going to be ahead of the other one in the standing. So
let me see if I can get some scores from around the Peach Belt Conference today. All the games were scheduled for 1:30, so they should all be final. Clayton State knocks off South Carolina Beaufort 67-59. Georgia College, in their game, they lose to Aiken. Aiken beats Georgia College.
Oh, that's Aiken's first win.
First conference win for Aiken. They beat Georgia College at Milledgeville, 64-62 the final. Columbus State hosted Augusta. And this is, again, these are women's scores. Columbus State wins it by 10, 75-65. Lander and Georgia Southwestern at Lander. That game goes in favor of Georgia Southwestern, 75-60. And then the final game was our game here, and we know how that turned out. And jumping over to the men's game, trying to give you double duty here, both men and women updates. In the men's side, Georgia College beats Aiken 73-70. That's a bit of an upset. Georgia College 6-13 on the year, Aiken 12-5 on the men's side.
Big upset.
Our game here, Flagler over North Georgia. Lander played Georgia Southwestern. On the men's side, that one goes to Lander, 96-78. Columbus State and Augusta. That game goes in favor of Augusta, 76-69. Bit of an upset there. Columbus State now 16-2 overall, whereas Augusta's 12-5. And the final one is Beaufort and Clayton State on the men's side of the Peach Belt, and that one goes to USCB. Put up 106 points to knock off Clayton State, 106-82 in that final. So a lot of good basketball today and a lot more coming up. So 5 games in the next couple weeks, 2 on the road, then 3 at home. I hope you'll join us here on the Peach Belt Network to keep up with the Saints, and want to wish safe travels to our friends from North Georgia as they head back home. I know we probably got some of their parents and alumni and boosters that are tuning in who couldn't make the trip down here. But, Coach, final comments on a busy day of basketball here in St. Augustine.
Well, we got the full package. We had the overtime game earlier in the day against the North Georgia women, and you coined the phrase moral victory, and that's not how the ladies are looking at it. The coaches are looking at our players and the growth that they have achieved since the beginning of the season. Now, when we went to North Georgia, we got beat pretty handily. So today, to get to overtime, okay, we wanted to win that game, but it puts us in a good frame of mind for next week. As far as the men go, as we pointed out, this was an important game for their psyche. They had lost their first game against North Georgia up there in Dahlonega, and were able to hold serve today on their own court. So they go away with a little separation, or tied. Now they're tied in the standings.
Yeah, the standings are tight. They always are in the middle part of the pack.
So
and you could go from 3rd place to 7th place in the span of a week.
Exactly.
And I know the end of the season is still a long way off, but at the same time, everybody's starting to get positioned for where you're going to be, especially in that first round, because the first round is hosted by the higher seed. So if you're the 4 seed versus the 5 seed, that's not a big difference, except for the fact that you play on your home court.
That's a big advantage.
A big advantage.
And listen, that's still our goal. That is for the women to make 4th or 3rd place is still a very healthy possibility. We just have to take care of business. For the men, they're in a similar spot, maybe a little better, but they're going to be fighting to get to that 4th spot as well so that they can have that home court advantage. So,
a lot of basketball left, folks. Hope you'll stick around and be part of it as we head into the stretch run. The month of February will be fun on the basketball court here in St. Augustine. So appreciate you being with us today, and we'll see you next time on the Peach Belt Digital Network. Good night.